The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
All right, so picture this. A New England beach. Got it. You're probably thinking sandy shores, right? Stretching on forever.
The classic image.
Exactly. But today's deep dive, we're heading somewhere different. New Hampshire beaches.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, they're not what you'd expect.
Throws you for a loop, doesn't it? New Hampshire, you think mountains, fall foliage.
The Atlantic coast isn't usually the first thing that comes to mind.
Definitely not the first, maybe not even the 10th. But you shared some articles about New Hampshire tourism, and I got to ask, where else would you find debates about nude beaches in New England?
Yes, the clothing optional discussion. That's almost as interesting as the beaches themselves. See, New Hampshire, no official nude beaches.
Oh, but
there's also no law specifically saying no.
So it's like this weird in-between. Exactly. It's a do-your-research situation for sure. Local rules, how they interpret indecent exposure, that's what really matters.
Wild. So, not exactly top of the list when planning a New Hampshire beach trip, but good to know. Speaking of which, for those of us who do picture, swimsuits and all, what about the actual beaches?
Well, you're not going to find those massive stretches of sand like other places. New Hampshire's coastline, only 18 miles.
18 miles? That's like, what, a short bike ride?
You could walk it if you were feeling ambitious, and that's part of the charm. Each town along the coast, totally different vibe. The most famous, though, has got to be Hampton Beach. Victorian-era resort town.
Victorian-era, hold on, I'm already picturing it.
Gingerbread houses, a boardwalk straight out of history, and these amazing rock formations on the shore, like taking a time machine back to old-school vacations.
You've convinced me. But let's say I love history, but also less crowded beaches are my thing. Sell me on New Hampshire. What makes it special?
It's the combination. You want that classic New England feel, charming towns, historic spots, that rocky coast. It's all right there. And because it's so compact, you can hike in the White Mountains, then be dipping your toes in the ocean all in one day.
That's pretty hard to beat.
And honestly, because it's not the typical sprawling beach scene, it's less crowded, more laid back.
So we've got this small but mighty coastline, tons of history, maybe a touch of legal intrigue. Sounds like New Hampshire's beaches are truly one of a kind.
Absolutely. Definitely breaks the mold.
For anyone listening, if you want a beach trip that's different, a little quirky, a little unexpected, New Hampshire might be your new hidden gem. Makes you wonder what other unique spots are out there just waiting to be found, right?
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.